Hey guys, it's me, Rachel with Unchained Souls. I apologize about the quality of this video. Um, I promised you guys an update about the Superbowl Energy Harvesting, and that's what this is going to be about. But it's also going to be about a lot more. And unfortunately, these things are not easy to speak about. So, I don't feel even safe, in my own home speaking about them because of my living situation. So I'm in my car and I'm just using my phone. In the future I'll be able to advance, my capability of doing videos and having a safe space and all of that. But I'm so passionate about getting this information and this truth out that I don't give a shit what it takes. I'm sitting here on the side of the road in my neighborhood in my car because my soul is like, I can't take it anymore. I can't live like this anymore, knowing the information that I know and just living day by day, seeing what's happening in the world and not speaking up about it. Now, there are others, as I have said before, who are and who have, but we're going through a time on Earth right now where humanity as a collective has to face and has to recognize what has been going on for a very, very long time, what that we have been lied to about completely everything, and that in order for these things that I'm going to speak on to change, you have to first know what they are, and then you have to know who you are. You have to understand why they're happening, and you have to, at the end, I'm going to explain to you why there is hope and it's not all doom and gloom. These things that I'm going to speak about are going to be very hard to hear. It's funny because I've been interfered with all day. I wanted to make this video much earlier, and there's been things happening that have been um, making it to where I couldn't do it until now. That's been really weird. Um, I'll talk about that in other videos when it comes to individuals who come here and are monitored. Uh, there's a lot of you watching this who know what I'm speaking about, but let's get into what I promised you guys about the Superbowl energy harvesting and the satanic rituals that are going on with that. Um, First of all, you need to understand something. Hopefully you who are watching this are a human with a soul that is connected to source. That energy is food to other beings who do not have a human soul that is connected to source. They cannot live without our energy, so it's like food to them. So the satanic ritual abuse that's been going on since the beginning of time it runs so deep, it runs so high up, and every echelon of anything that has to do with government running our, if you don't know this stuff already, I'm not here to educate you on the basic fact that our world is ran by satanic pedophiles and also other beings that come from other star systems. You need to go find that out yourself. I will talk about those things as I go on in other videos, but there's so much to this. There are levels to this. We are multi-dimensional beings, and so with the Super Bowl, you have to understand that when people are playing football, that energy, it's a fighting energy. Not only do you have the people on the field that are attacking each other, tackle football, however the sport is played. I've never even sat through a whole football game, but I know this for various reasons that I'll get into, that you also have the whole stadium, right, filled with people that are cheering, and then they're hating the other team, and fights are going on and throughout the stadium. I mean, this is what happens at football games. What people don't realize is that um, these stadiums are built upon underground tunnel systems, which goes into a whole other plethora of information when you start to learn about the government and underground bases, um, there are like cities underneath our feet. There are beings of earth that live down, far down underneath our feet. But that's not the point of this video. There are, when it comes to like satanic ritual abuse, and then like the government doing MK Ultra on children, and also them doing testing and, you know, scientific stuff like Area 51, all these like secret, like dark, anything they don't want you to know about, a lot of it's done underground. Why? Well, duh, hello. Because we can't see it if it's underground, right? There's books on this. There's so much information on this. I mean, just go look it up. But with these stadiums and with the Super Bowl in particular, what's going on is millions of people. I mean, the Super Bowl is like a huge deal to people who are tapped into that energy mentality of duality and fighting and cheering for the other team. And like, there's so much energy pulsing into the Super Bowl in particular. Now, things go on with other games, and I'm not going to go into that, but the Super Bowl, that's the one. That's the main game every year that everyone tunes into. So you have all these human souls, not only physically there, but mentally focusing their energy onto that spot. And then you have the artists who come out and they perform. Now, if you go back, I can only go back to 2012. I did 2022 this year, then I went back all the way to 2012 last night, and I watched all the performances just so I could take notes. And then it was making me so like sick, because I know all the symbolism and I understand it, that I couldn't like go back any further. But these people are speaking to you. They are showing you what's going on. They are telling you what's happening. I grew up with multiple family members on both sides of my family who are in the entertainment industry. That's not the only reason I know these things. I'm going to make another video on like who I am and why I'm even putting myself out there, why I'm like, I don't want to have to do this. This is like, I want to, but like, this is hard. Like, this isn't easy to come out and speak about this stuff. Like, people die over putting out this information. Like, when Chester Bennington, they said that he killed himself. No, he didn't. He was about to reveal the satanic pedophile ring with his other best friend, the singer of, I can't remember what it's called. Is it something Garden or something? That they were about to reveal this shit. I'm not gonna like speak names, and I don't really want to reveal too much about like my like who I'm connected to, like family wise and stuff. But like, let's just say like I've met, you know, I've met Chester back in the day when, you know, I've been around these celebrities when I was younger. And being someone who's a crystal child, indigo child, well, more, I have a blue aura, so I'm an indigo child. From a young age, I was able to like read energy, and also had a family member who, since I was like 2, 3, 4 years old, was testing my abilities and like telling me about these MK Ultra programs that the government does. And I watched her like get taken a bunch of times, and there's like just a bunch of stuff that's happened to me, and I always have been living my entire life having to like keep it inside. And then finally, thank God for the internet, when I was like 19, I found Carrie Cassidy with Project Camelot. That's like the first person I found who actually was interviewing people speaking on this, and I finally felt like I wasn't alone. And since then, I'm 31 now, so since then I've found so many individuals all over the planet. You have to understand, this is happening. So we're going through a mass awakening. It's just that humanity has been lied to, and so when you have the masses that are being programmed, there has to be a high level of people that come in and help deprogram. So we're here for a reason on this planet, all of us right now, to watch the awakening happen. And the awakening, it doesn't even mean what you think it means. it means that you have to wake up to the fact that we are being lied to about everything. So let me get back to the Super Bowl stuff. Okay, there's a lot of, every single performance every year has the ritual. It has the portal opening up, it has the pyramids, it has it shows like the children in the cages. It's really sick shit. But the two that stood out to me the most, that was telling you to your face that they're harvesting our energy. I'll speak about the first one. It was either 2013 or 2014 when Beyonce did the halftime show, and she came out later after that and talked to Oprah, told Oprah that she gets possessed by this other entity called Sasha Fierce that comes into her when she does these performances. But if you watch it, she's showing you, when you watch the performance, she's got multiple parts of herself come on this screen, and then she says, everybody, put your hands out to me, I want to feel your energy. She was asking them to pull the energy into exactly where she was. There's always a portal that will be underneath the artist. You'll see it. It'll be like a circle with the ring of fire. But anywho, this is really important what I'm saying. When you see her and then you see the screen with multiple selves of her, that's representing the fragmentation of the soul. Because when you're in these MK Ultra projects, or when you're in the, Hollywood, and they introduce you to the satanic pedophilia hierarchy, rituals that are going on, all that, you become traumatized, and so your soul fragments. And anyone who's been, I'm gonna say SRA for satanic ritual abuse from here on out, because I really don't like repeating that word over and over, so SRA is what I'm gonna say. I have plenty of personal friends that I speak to who have gone through this severely, and I have a family member who has gone through this shit, and it causes multiple personalities. Now, if you look at Beyonce, she was showing you this. She was showing you the two selves. It had two parts of her that lit up the stage. And what was really sick, that was in like 2013 or 2014. She was showing you that there was a ritual taking place underneath her feet, which is what happens every year. These go on all over the world all the time, but that's a mass huge one because of all the energy that's put into the Super Bowl. Now, this is what's really fucking sick. If you look at the one she did with Shakira, which was like in 2020, so she did like 2014 and then she did it again with Shakira. That was the most disturbing performance I've ever seen of an artist. And I was just sitting there like, oh my god, no one is seeing what I'm seeing. They had children. Okay, Shakira came on and then Beyonce came on. They had children sitting in cages, and the cages lit up. Go watch it. They had children. That's what they put children in these cages when they're torturing them, and they sacrifice them, or they're doing experiments on them. And I'll go into all the reasoning for that in another video. But you need to understand the symbolism of this energy harvesting. They have to tell you, because there's laws to this universe. We live in a free will universe, so these evil entities and beings, they're laughing in your face. They're also telling you to your face what the fuck they're doing. People just are asleep, and right now we're in the most pivotal time. This happened in history before with Atlantis, which I have a lot of connection to Atlantis. I know that I lived there. I was there when it fell. So Earth comes in cycles. This isn't the first time we've had the rise of technology and all of that. This has happened. You're lied to about everything. So when J-Lo and Shakira did that performance, and they had the kids in the cages singing, and then they had children come on stage, and then they were dancing really provocatively with children in the background. And then also you just see the portals opening up. You want to call it Illuminati, but you really don't realize what that is. That's lower level shit. Illuminati there's people way above them. They're low level people just here on this earth that are helping harvest energy for, they do worship Satan and but really we've been lied to about religion and all that as well. I'll get into that. But you have to understand these rituals and that they go on, and a lot of them are happening right in front of your face. And a lot of these artists are trying to tell you because they didn't know what the fuck they were getting into when they, they just wanted to go and be an artist and go to Hollywood. And then when they, get to a certain level of fame, or they get offered to be famous, they have them introduced to a whole other world that they didn't even. So they become fractured their souls. Justin Bieber just did a video. I can't remember what. I think it's the Yummy video. He's talking about all this in the background of his video. He's the ritualistic abuse and all this stuff. So they basically when they say you sold your soul, they make you do things so that they have that on you so that you can't tell on them. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it is sexual stuff, like heinous shit that you would never want put out there. So they get them in these blackmail scenarios, and then some of the Hollywood stars are really just fucking sickos, pedophiles. So there's different levels to all this, and you have to be able to recognize and start reading the signs and the symbols, and know that the Super Bowl is one of the biggest rituals because it's got the most people tuning in with their energy. What's funny is Travis Scott, you all know about Astroworld. I'm not even going to get into that. That was a huge ritual. Did you not realize that he did Super Bowl a couple years ago? And he was standing in a pit of fire, a circle of fire, and there was triangles over. That was like an initiation for him. So, it's not just the Astroworld thing. Go back to the Super Bowl performance he did. He's the only one standing there in the ring of fire. The other performers are kind of, they all know about this stuff to a certain degree, but some of them are more involved than others, if you get what I'm saying. And, there's artists that are trying to tell you subliminally through their music, but that's a whole nother thing. So understand that the ritual abuse that's taking place is going on for energy, because these beings, so one would say, okay, so what is it, that is it people that are underground doing these rituals? Well, yes and no. There's different, it's not just humans that are existing on this planet right now, first of all. Second of all, these people have been taken over by demonic entities, because demonic entities can't have a physical body because they don't have our human. We are precious diamonds in this universe. Humans, we are very sought after. We have powers. We are connected to God, to source. We have abilities that are our birthright, and we have been lied to about that. And they have been using things like the Super Bowl, the satanic rituals that go on when they kidnap children, keeping you in a lower vibrational state of negative energy through programming of school, stress, TV, the music industry isn't what it used to be. It's all lower vibrational frequencies now. Fear on the news. So this entire planet was built to keep you in fear, keep you locked and dumbed down, keep you in a state of fear, because they feed off of that fear. When you're in lower negative vibrations, they feed. When you're in love and light and knowledge of the things I'm talking about, they can't touch you. They can't touch you. You'll also realize when you're in these lower, why is this happening to me? You'll have people come into your life that completely drain you of your energy, treat you like shit. I was talking about narcissism before, and I'll continue to make videos on that and so many other things, because I've been abused narcissistically so much that I can't take it anymore. I need to help people and help them realize why this is happening. They want to steal our light, and they don't want us to wake up to the human potential. We have powers with our energy, with our mind, that they don't teach you this in school. They don't even teach you. Do your kids, when they go to school, do they teach them how to deal with their emotions? No. Do they teach them how to, You know, they don't even teach them how to like pay bills, like, which is a third dimensional thing anyways, but they don't. That's all built to keep you enslaved. We have been slaves on this planet to dark demonic forces that at the highest level, I'm talking like the Vatican is run by demonic entities. Look at the pyramids of Giza. Those three pyramids line up with the Orion system, right? The Orion system, that's where the reptilians and the Draco come from. Look at the symbolism throughout history. The serpent in the Bible, Adam and Eve, the serpent that was in the garden. Look at your medical, on all the medical stuff, it's got the cross with the snake. Start looking at all the stuff that has to do with, snakes and reptilian. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. That's not the only race of beings, though. So you don't. There's so much I could tell you, but I just really needed to come on here and like have you understand about our energy and the harvesting that they do, the satanic rituals that they do, underground, as above, so below. Have you heard that terminology? As above, so below. So the things that are going on up here are also going on down here. We live in a dualistic universe, so we have to really start to take our bodies and our minds and our free will and our humanity and our lives seriously and take back our power. Meditation, eating right, yoga, these might sound like mundane things or just maybe like a lifestyle that one. No, these are the things that you have to be doing right now if you're going to survive the future and what's coming, because what's coming very soon is going to shock the shit out of you if you don't start researching and learning the things that I'm talking about, and also start taking care of your body. Start learning about the law of attraction. That's just a basic one. I mean, The Secret, you can go watch that on YouTube. Rhonda Byrne, I think her name is, that wrote The Secret, that came out like in 2006. I mean, that video was like awesome for me because it really taught me how to focus my energy and manifest anything that I want out of life with my mind. Hello, everyone's talking like that's just, and people don't, they just don't. They get locked in these 9 to 5 jobs. They come home, they're stressed, paying their bills. You need to realize something else. Like this evil cabal, Illuminati, there's so many different names for it. This dark force that's been controlling this planet is failing because we, the stars, the humans, the children of Source, the light beings, the ones that came here to help wake up humanity, we're here and we're speaking out now. So this wasn't ever possible before. I've been waiting my whole life to come out and do this. Okay? This is a big deal for me. We have to get really, this is like gonna be, it's kind of gonna be survival of the fittest. 2025 is gonna be a really, really crazy year. We're in 2022 now, so start preparing now. And I'm not saying the apocalypse is coming. I'm not saying that there's gonna be, I'm not predicting any wars or anything like that, although those most likely will come in some form or another. I'm not making predictions here, because the future is always subject to change. What I'm telling you is that we are living in a time where the truth is being revealed and people are being given a choice. And that choice is, are you gonna listen? Are you gonna remember who you are and become part of the solution? Or are you gonna continue to believe that you just live in this third dimension planet where you're just supposed to work and pay your bills and being stressed out is normal and toxic relationships are just a part of it? Like, are you gonna stay in that mindset, or are you gonna wake the fuck up and transcend your consciousness and elevate your consciousness and realize that there are higher dimensions and that this is just a physical body and that we have like multiple bodies that live and exist in multiple dimensions? Do you ever hear about the people who they lose their legs, say in Iraq or at war, or diabetics when they get their leg cut off and like for a couple of days they still feel that their leg is there. They call it phantom leg. That's their energetic body that's still there, and it finally adjusts to the human form. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we have a spiritual body, and it exists. There's so many multiple dimensions. Okay, there are also other beings that are multidimensional that don't have physical bodies like us. So you gotta start learning this stuff if you're gonna survive the coming changes and earth changes. The system is collapsing. Earth is gonna be okay. We are gonna create a new system, a system that is not formed under domination and control, but you need to prepare yourself emotionally. Knowledge, they can't take that from you. Physically, you need to stop eating things that are killing your body, that are hurting your soul. You need to, like, or not, or just be part of the problem. And honestly, a lot of people are not gonna make it. If you put something into your body because someone tells you to, without researching what's inside of it, because let me tell you, there's a lot of information out there on what's inside that shit. You're just a sheep. I just have to be straight up with you, because we're at the point where there's no more fucking around. There isn't time left to contemplate and see what's gonna happen. Like, I am making these videos now because we're at a point where I can't not speak out. Look at what's happening to the planet right now. Look at how much they're laughing at you, lying to your face. I mean, you think this world is really ran by like the politicians? It's not. They're just so used to higher beings. Research your bloodline. Find out where you come from. That's a big one. Understand like that the royal family have the most reptilian DNA. There's a lot of others, and that doesn't necessarily make you a bad person if you have reptilian DNA. We have a mixture of DNA, all of us, all humans. Our genome has been tampered with for so long, and we are connected to so many different star systems and galaxies, and they all intermingle and know each other. Like, Earth has been cut off for a long time for different reasons, and one of them being the fact that we haven't been at the evolutionary level to be able to even understand these things, that we are spiritual beings, and that we do have abilities to literally, in the Bible it says move mountains, with your mind, through sound. I'm not a religious person. I know the Bible is a man-made construct to control people, but what I'm saying is that they'll put things inside of the things that they're using to lie that are little tiny grains of truth. Like, they hide things, but they hide it in front of your face. You see what I'm saying? So, like, these rituals that are going on, YouTube isn't even gonna, I don't know how long this video will be up. I'm gonna have to find other platforms when I talk about SRA stuff. I'm gonna have a lot of people that are gonna want to come forward and talk about their experiences. I was abused as a child, but I was called to start researching everything when it comes to the ritualistic abuse, the secret space program, all of this stuff. Like, my soul's mission has been to learn about this stuff since I was a little girl, and I've never stopped, because I know that I was put here to not only connect with people that are my soul family, that are here for the same reason, but help humanity, while at the same time helping myself. Because what they don't realize, the satanic people who are doing the rituals, and the government who are doing the MK Ultra mind control, what they don't realize is when you traumatize a child, yeah, you fragment them, yeah, you you split their personalities, and you find out what kind of abilities they have if they live. Uh, but what you also do is you wake them up. You wake them up to who they are, and you wake them up to these things are going on. So what they fucked up in doing is they thought that they could just keep getting away with this forever, but no, uh, it's happening. There's thousands of people talking about it. Um, I always knew from a small child that I was going to be a part of this whole, talking about this information, bringing it forward. Um, I have my own story. I have my own background. I have my own, you know, traumas, experiences with things that are literally out of this world. And, I was born with these abilities, and I've been attacked because of it. I've been attacked, I've been suppressed, I've been denied, I've been told that I'm crazy, I've been limited, I've been, uh, you know, because we live in a world where these things are, you're called crazy if you can read energy, or see people's auras, or um, see symbols, pick up on things that haven't happened yet, or maybe people coming through that have passed on, like loved ones that have passed. All these different abilities, being able to um, use and bend energy when you feel certain emotions, um, without even trying to. So if we learn how powerful we are, take back our power, and expose the dark shit that's going on, then we can sit down and we can deal with it. And we can say, okay, what are we going to do? Because it's not like we can just go and like kill all these people that are doing it. You have to start understanding from a higher perspective. This is just the third dimension, so there's a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. It goes up and up to all the way to source, right? Source is everything. At the end of the day, we're all one. We're all an expression of one source, one energy that's in everything. And we're all just expressions of it, right? So, like, if you don't comprehend this stuff, how are you gonna be able to comprehend and understand the fact that not only that it's going on, but that we can fix it? People feel hopeless, like, oh my god, that's so evil. What are we gonna do? No, you can't look at it that way. Yeah, it's evil. It's been going on, but the only thing you can do is go within, fix your own traumas, become the solution, become a divine being of power, which you are, and you've been lied to, um, about everything. Research everything, and stand up for yourself. Stand up for the planet right now. Stand up for, and don't be afraid. This is the whole thing. They use fear. Fear is their number one thing. And it's worked on me. Look, it's taking me all this time to even come. I've been wanting to come out and talk to you guys since you were able, since YouTube. I don't know, like, I've been wanting to, and it's, my soul's been like crying and dying inside, because I felt so alone, and I can't take it anymore. So I have to start talking to you guys. I'm gonna be posting videos like as much as I can. I'm also in some dilemmas right now, which I'll go into in other videos, with my situation, and understanding these things, but then also still having to live within this third dimension construct, and navigate what I'm gonna do with my life and with the future, because I'm a psychology major. So I already have a degree. I'm going for a second one right now, but I also realize that those things don't even matter, like the things that they're teaching us in school. So it's hard for me. Like, I'm sitting there having to do school, but I'm also knowing that really it's the new systems of healing. I'm a healer. I'm an indigo child. I have a blue aura. So, like, I feel like I have to get the degree so that I can be accepted by society and taken seriously, while at the same time knowing that the real healing that people need right now is this knowledge of going within, healing your childhood traumas. Because the people who are doing this sick satanic shit, just know this: hurt people hurt people. I'll say that again. Hurt people hurt people. So someone who is hurt hurts not everyone, but this is like generational stuff. So these people, some of these kids, they grow up in these cults. They don't know any better. So I'm not saying that it's okay, not at all. What I'm saying is, you have to understand that this shit runs really, really deep, and it's happening all over our planet. Like, as much as you see people in your town walking around and like living normally, like it seems like, there's also other things going on just as much that you have no idea about. But also, I've said this before, like, there's tons of information out there. Just go look. People don't want to look it up. People don't want to hear this shit. They're harvesting our energy. They're lowering our vibrational frequencies. Our human genome is under attack with the jig jab. They want to transform it so that they want to transform our bodies so that they can essentially take over them. That's what they do in some of these rituals. They'll take over the human body or whatever. I don't know exactly how those rituals work, because I'm not one of the children who was present in them, but I am very closely connected to a lot of people who have been, and I almost was taken into these things, and I believe I had guides or something protecting me. I know I have a lot of protection from different beings, different guides and everything like that, but I was definitely, like, they tried, and I'm not gonna get into that in this video, but I was still abused ritualistically within my home, through family members, so I understand all these things, and I understand the fragmentation it does. If you look at the Weeknd's performance, oh my god, it was satanic ritual written all over it, from beginning to end. First of all, that song, Starboy, he knows he comes from the stars. He goes and, you watch that performance, it shows an angel falling from heaven to hell, the fallen angel. It shows all the ritualistic cabal people in the background. It shows them all with these masks, covered masks, which is like showing you that they're suppressing us. They want to turn us all into like these mindless, just all the same. We don't think for ourselves. I mean, look at all the wording on the background. And then he goes into this tunnel underground. I told you there's all these tunnels underground. There's all these, like, literally towns and like there's corridors. I can't even explain to you. There's literally all the town and everything that you see on top of the surface also exists underneath the surface, and if not even more so. Okay, so the Weeknd, he shows you on that, I don't know what it was it 2021 that he did the Super Bowl one performance? He goes down into an underground tunnel, and then all of these other versions of him come behind him. That's the fragmented mind that I was telling you. Like, Beyonce was showing you the different versions of her, the fragmented mind. From, when you're ritually abused, you have to create these fragments to protect yourself, because essentially you'll die if you don't. That's a whole other thing we could go into as well, which I will. But I've been, there was my whole life afraid of speaking out, because, I don't want to lose my life, but at this point, like, I can't be quiet anymore, because I want to be part of the solution, and if I don't speak out, I couldn't live with myself anymore. Also, understand that, like, you need to, if you don't know this stuff, you need to research and understand symbolism. You need to understand, so that you can find it in your everyday life, even in the grocery store, going to wherever you go. It's everywhere. They control everything. So when I said don't let this be doom and gloom, I really meant it with all my heart, because there's not that many of them. And there's like how many of us humans? If they were so powerful, why would they have to lie to us? Or like hide it? You know, they tell us, but they don't tell us. They they show us, and then and everyone's like, oh, that's a cool performance, look at that, da 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 da. That, why are they so like afraid? Because when the human wakes up to its full potential, we will crush them with our light. People are already doing it. There are people on this planet right now that are literally fighting wars for you, the real world wars, the real spiritual wars, to help save humanity from literally going extinct. Because if we don't realize what's going on, and we keep going down this path of being subservient to our governments and to our leaders and to just the system in general, school, work, life, the construct of our planet, if we keep like just going along with that and thinking it's normal and not researching these other topics, then a lot of people are gonna lose their humanity. They want to change us so that they can completely control us. Right now, yeah, they have control of a lot of people's minds through programming, but there's a beautiful awakening going on right now. People are realizing that something is seriously, seriously wrong. And so, what are you going to do? What choices are you going to make in your life? Are you going to get trapped here? Because you can get trapped. People don't even understand or know anything about death, about the soul traps that are here. We've been incarnating here for a long time. The energy, once again, when you die, your soul is energy, pure energy. Nikola Tesla talked about this. If you want to understand the fabric of our reality, you have to understand energy, frequency, and vibration. Those three things. If you can understand energy, frequency, and vibration, and how to use them to your benefit, and higher your vibration and your frequency and your energy, how to play with those three things, you can unlock the secrets of the universe that are already within you. So stop looking outside of yourself for someone else to give you answers. Look inside. You know who you are. You've just forgotten. So wake up and remember, and again, research the things that I'm saying. Connect the dots. If you have to go back and rewatch this video again and write down some of the stuff I said, and like start doing your own research, things will start to click. It's like a web, you know, or a puzzle, and the pieces are scattered everywhere. All these different things I'm talking about, it'll start to click, and then even a broader picture will start to open for you. It'll connect to this and this and this and other things, and you'll start to wake up. Because it's now or never, literally. They are so afraid of losing our energy that they are mandating something on us. They're mandating something because they want to keep us asleep. And they're so afraid that humanity is going to wake up, which it is. It already is. That they are like revealing themselves. So I just wanted to get on here. I hope that, you know, I was so afraid my whole life of talking out and sounding crazy. I don't give a fuck anymore. You can think I'm crazy all you want. Go research this stuff, you know. It's my job to speak about it. I'm doing a disservice to humanity by knowing these things and not talking about it. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore. I also have nothing but love and compassion for all living things, and I am on a journey of having love and compassion for myself in areas where, you know, I've been traumatized my whole life. Wait till you hear my life story. That'll be in another upcoming video. You know, if you heal yourself, then you're doing a service to the whole entire world. One person can be the candle that lights thousands, if not millions. So I'm all about awakening to the truth of what's going on, not being afraid of it, and knowing that you have the power to change it. And then where do we go from there? We need to start our journey to healing and opening and unlocking our DNA and our powers. So that's where I'm at right now in my life. And there's a lot of things I can talk about. Please comment if you if there's anything in specific that you want to hear me speak about in my future videos. Like I said, there's just so many topics, and I am not here to educate you on all the things that are like if you don't know by now that our government is run by satanic pedophiles, then you have been completely asleep. I mean, if you believe that religion is a real thing and that someone's coming back here to save you, understand this: you are the one. You have to save yourself. It's funny because people who are Christians and go to church never even really read the Bible and decoded it. Have you read it? Did you listen to the things that Jesus said? He was an amazing person. Yeah, he came down here. There's different things. I mean, he wasn't the only one. There's been many spiritual teachers, many spiritual leaders that have been trying to tell you guys the same thing I'm telling you. And I'm no different or better than anyone. We are all one to some degree. I mean, when we're talking about these negative entities and everything, some people who are working for the dark forces, they think that they're doing the right thing. Think about that. In their mind, the things they're doing are right because of what they've been taught. So there's different levels to all this. So if you read the Bible, like I said, I don't believe it's man-made. But what I'm trying to tell you is Jesus was trying to tell people, listen, don't bow down to me. You can do the things I do. You can heal people with your hands. You can walk on water. You can turn water into wine. You can do all these. He was trying to teach people, but back then, instead of listening to him, they bowed down to him because they looked at him as this mystic or this God that had more powers than they did. And he was trying to tell them, no, I'm trying to teach you what you are. I am the same as you. We are all one, right? Like I said, he's not the only one. There's so many, and right now is an amazing time to connect with spiritual teachers online. That you have to be careful too, though. There's a lot of disinformation as well. If someone's trying to tell you that they know everything and that they know everything about the past and everything about the future, and that they are the all-knowing person, and that everything is love and light, and just be happy and just be positive and everything's going to be good for you, I really would watch out for that. That's a trap as well. That's a program as well. So they've infiltrated this whole awakening that's going on by calling it a new age. That's also a program that's been done by the government, so that people will laugh at anyone who comes out with the information. But when people are trying to tell you, just think positive, be positive, you have to understand that we're multi-dimensional beings, as I said, and thinking and being positive all the time isn't going to solve the problems that are going on. That's disassociating from them. That's acting like everything's okay when it's not. That's fucking lying to yourself. That's gaslighting. So the entire planet has basically been gaslit and abused by narcissistic leaders forever. And it's time that we realize this. Realize there's the micro and the macro. So whatever's going on within you, all of your traumas, all of your things within yourself that need to be healed, when you heal that and face that, you're healing and facing the world, because we're all connected. There's a web, a fabric that we can't see. The air that we breathe, the energy that we are made of, it's the part of the ether. We're connected to source. So I know that there's others that need to see this video. That's why I'm making it. Because you need to know that the solution is within you. Heal yourself, heal your traumas, unlock your human potentials, understand energy and frequency, understand that if you're not meditating every day, then you're going to be really off course and really off track within your life. You have to find, like, research samadhi. Samadhi, I think is how you say it. Sadhguru, he does a lot of cool information about that. If you're having trouble with just all kinds of things in life and need like a spiritual teacher that will help you understand how to heal yourself, Teal Swan is an amazing one. She's been through a lot of the stuff I'm talking about. I don't know her personally, but she has helped me here and there. There's a lot of them. I think his name's Tanuj with the Matrix Unveiled. He's on it about the truth about a lot of stuff going on. Carrie Cassidy with Project Camelot, Veronica Bartolini, Kelly Coffey. I'm just naming some of the people that I know that are actually speaking the true information and not speaking out of their ass and just trying to, and don't even know what they're talking about. So, those are just a few names. There's more, but, I would start with like that group of people and then go outwards and see, what you find from there, because understand that, like, even though we're all human, we all have different kinds of DNA. So, as there are so many different races on the planet, there's like billions of different races out there on all the other planets. So, like, what I'm trying to explain to you is, we're all human and we're all one, but we also all have different, like, DNA within us, so we're gonna resonate with some other people than other, like, when it comes to the spiritual teachings, because the spiritual teachings are coming from a person who is from, like, maybe one star system, and maybe you don't resonate with that star system, so you have to start, like, that's higher level shit if you haven't gotten there yet. The people who are watching this, though, I think you are pretty aware and in tune of everything I'm talking about. So, yeah, the energy harvesting thing, that's a big one. I mean, and tell your friends, and if they think you're crazy, fuck them. Like, let's start getting this stuff out there. Let's start talking about it. Let's shut it down. Let's take care of our bodies. Let's protect our energy fields. Just be conscious and aware of what's going on and who you are, and choose what you're gonna do, because you're living in a time where it's up to you as to where the world is gonna end up going, what course it's gonna take. And if you think that your vote and your voice and when I say vote, I mean conscious vote, like spiritually within you. Your vote never was counted. Those elections are. It's funny, people still believe. I mean, it's crazy. The things that people, like, are so brainwashed. They believe that their votes count. Like, they believe that, and bless their hearts. I have compassion for them, but, like, we have been tricked and fooled in every which way possible. So, my further stuff is going to be, about all these topics, but also, like, just, I'm, like, not the perfect person. I'm fucked up in so many ways when it comes to my trauma. I'm trying to figure out, how to navigate all of this, and this is, like, one of my first steps is just talking about it, because I can't hold it in anymore. And then also just trying to be vegan as much as possible. Exercise, meditation, connecting with my higher self, because we got to get out of these lower vibrational frequency states, because that's what they prey upon. And I'll just close this off right now with saying that the earth is moving not only into the age of Aquarius, but into a a part of time and space that is of a higher frequency. So if you're going to exist on this earth in the very, very near future, it's already happening right now. That's why I'm able to speak, and millions others are able to speak if they want to. Billions, hopefully. We can get everybody on board with what's going on so that we can figure this out. But you have to be of a higher frequency to be able to resonate with the Earth's frequency. You know, harmonics. Hello. With the frequency, you've seen it. You've learned it in school with the different poles and all the different frequencies that are going in and out all around, and the different meridians and the different spots on Earth. That's all energy and frequency and vibration. So we're entering a place in space that is of a higher harmonics, if you want to call it that, harmonics. And so what this means is that these darker things, these darker, entities, things that have been taking place, lies, deceit, deception, all that, it can't exist in a higher vibrational state. So those who want to choose to follow the system still, go put things into your body that you have no idea what it is, not learn about the things I'm talking about, you're gonna stay in that lower, you're not gonna ascend to these higher frequencies, this new earth that's being created. You're gonna be essentially left behind. That's another funny one that they like to, play around with in the Bible. Nobody really understands what that means. It means something entirely different than what they say it is. But yeah, I don't want to be left behind. I'm doing everything I can, including speaking to you so that you can understand, and maybe everything I said except for one thing resonated with you. Okay, great. Then that's all I care about, and with my love in my heart, I can go to sleep tonight knowing that I'm finally doing what my soul has been crying out to do. So stay tuned. My next video will be, I think I'll probably maybe go into a little bit about who I am, because you guys are probably like, well, who is this girl that's getting on here speaking about this stuff? How does she even know these things? So I'm gonna have to sit down and really do some writing and figure out how to. I have to be careful because I don't want to expose certain people, and I don't want to expose certain family members, and so that's another reason why I've held back. But fuck that, I'm talking. I don't have to expose certain people for me to be able to use my voice. I'm not trying to, this isn't to put other people down. I'm just saying, with my background and my history, a lot of this has to do with what happened to me as a child, who my family is, and what that means for me now. And so yeah, it'll make more sense. And I know I'm kind of rambling on, but you'll notice a lot of us who have been either in the SSP programs, or had SRA done to us, or have been around that, or have family members, when we speak about it in these videos, we kind of go in different directions, and it seems a little scattered sometimes because there's just so much information, and sometimes you don't know where to start, and you don't know where to end. So I'm just putting myself out there because like I said, I can't be quiet anymore, and I really, really want to help people. I want to help heal people. I want to help people be their best selves along with me. I'm doing it too. I'm just a normal person that's trying to get this information out there, and then also make sure that my body, mind, and soul are okay and are able to ascend into these higher frequencies and learn how to use the energies in my favor, and not let them use me and be against me, because I told you in my previous video, we are under attack. The beings of light, those who came here to help humanity right now, and those who have a mission to do, we're attacked in every way, which form, from the moment we wake up till we go to sleep. And when you start to really wake up to the things I'm talking about and realize who you are and what's happening on the planet and the lies and the deceit, you start to realize how many people are asleep. And it can be really lonely. And like, it can feel like you're all alone, but you're not. You're not. I named some of those people just a few minutes ago in this video. Those are people who could really help you see that you're not alone and that this is going on, and that, like, have dedicated their life's mission to bringing this kind of information. I also am going to be doing the same, just in my own way, in my own authentic way, coming from my heart. And, um, you know, I just want people to understand how powerful they are, how amazing you are. I mean, obviously, we're pretty fucking cool if there's different races of beings fighting over us and doing sick shit to us because they can't have what we have, which is an energy that's a soul that's directly connected to source or God, or whatever you want to call it. So, like, be happy that you are a being with a soul, and be excited to go research these things and, like, find out what you're capable of. Tanuj, with the Matrix Unveiled, that's his channel. He, like, is the only person that I see that's actually teaching people this stuff. The stuff he teaches is stuff that I used to do as a child as well. I'm gonna be going more into that once I get my levels up and my, energy practices at a level to where I can speak on that. But when I was a child, I was doing it all the time. He's like the only person besides a lot of the SSP, the secret space program people who are coming out. They talk about it, but like, like I said, there's a lot of disinformation out there. But you have powers, and when you get to a certain level of frequency, energy, and vibration, these lower entities cannot control you. In fact, you'll laugh because when you see them trying to, like, attack you, especially through other people, narcissistic people who are of such a lower vibration that they can be taken over by an entity. When you're trying to you'll start to notice that you get attacked, but you'll get to a point where you just laugh at it because you're like, I see exactly what you're doing, and nah, I ain't having it, and I'm not going to let it ruin my day because I know who I am, and I'm going to stand in my true power. And that's the whole point of me touching on the stuff I did, and then closing it off with this. I do apologize. I have to be careful with some of the stuff that I say because YouTube is censored. There is an algorithm, there is an AI algorithm that censors everything. So I do realize that I'm going to have to probably make, other platforms, sign up with other platforms, have my videos all protected, downloaded onto a drive, because, like, what they did to Carrie Cassidy, that's so fucked up. She's the one person that I've seen that has done the most work. I mean, this woman is just, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't know. I mean, Carrie was speaking the truth so much and enlightening people so much that they kicked her off, like, every platform. But guess what? She said, that's fine, I'm gonna go create my own shit. And she did, and she's doing great. So, like I said, when they try to censor you, when you feel like you can't speak out, when you feel like suppressed, when you feel like, okay, no, maybe I'm crazy, this or that, you're not. And when you stand in your true power, you can create your own things, you don't have to be subservient to the system anymore. So, like, what are your passions? What are your desires? What do you want to do with your life? Because the system is failing, and you're gonna have to figure out how to survive and how to live your life. And how are you gonna take care of yourself? Like, how are you gonna, like growing your own food, um creating your own business that's online, that is helping people, or selling things, whatever you are creative and passionate about. We are creator beings. We're meant to create, not be fucking slaves to these corporations, okay? So I'm telling you, I'm stepping forward because I'm I have love and compassion in my heart. I'm a healer, and I want to help heal others, because I know what it's like to be so traumatized that you want to fucking kill yourself and you want to die. I've come close many times, and I got through it, and I know now that these things happened, and I came here so that I could survive all that and speak out and then help others. You know, people are dying inside. People are not happy right now. We're not supposed to be living this way. So, research all the things that I talked to you about. Start researching, just about the human genome, energy, frequency, and vibration, meditation, and what it can do for your mind. The fact that we are spiritual beings. Start researching the different star systems and the real history of humanity. A lot of people want to say that we were seeded by the Anunnaki, which we were, but the Anunnaki are not the only beings that have come here. It's been going on way longer than that. Um, you know, just research all this stuff. Educate yourself, okay? That's why they're using our energy, is because they feed on it. So don't let them have it anymore. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. This was I'm telling you, this is I'm super nervous. So, thank you for listening, and I might make one more video tonight. And I apologize. I was gonna upload this last night, but like I said, some things happened and I couldn't make it until right now. So, I'm just grateful if anyone even took the time to watch this video all the way through, because I know it's not easy to hear these things, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more I could go into. So comment, let me know if you're aware of these things, what it is that you do know, what it is that you have questions about. Let me know where you're at, on your journey of being conscious and aware of yourself, where you come from, our planet, the planet's history, all that. Let me know how you're doing. I want to connect with you. That's why I'm doing this. Alright, I love you guys. Until next time, be well, stay well, be kind to each other, but don't be afraid to stick up for yourself. Peace.